Hello YouTube. So out here working on the Trans Am today, and we hooked up that onboard air and that boost leash, pulse leash from Leash Electronics. But unfortunately, I was trying to send 150 pounds to the solenoid of air pressure, and I was like, it's not in the directions what psi you should run out of the onboard air. Well, I was wrong. It's right there, and I just missed it. So we added a regulator, and I set it at 60 psi. I don't think the turbo on this thing only go up to 25 to 30 pounds of boost, so I think that'd be plenty. I set it at 60. I didn't think it'd fit on the back of the tank. I didn't think I'd be able to screw it in, so I bought that small 1-foot line, and I'm gonna hang that up on the roll bar with the bracket there after a while, but I just got it sitting there for now. I put the block drain plugs on both sides, and I filled it up with water. They don't look like it, but that's water. It's all the way to the top. We're just going to run water in it from now on. We'll just I bought those drain plugs. It's got the bolt on them. It'll focus. It's got, yeah, so you can get a socket on them. Oh, I don't want to focus on it, but anyway, we'll just drain the water out in the winter. And I can still start it in the winter. We like to start it every couple of weeks or so. I just can't let it run, but, probably 3-4 minutes just to run it, because I like to run them every couple of weeks or so, even in the winter when we're not racing. But I put the front end back on, about to bolt that down. Gotta go get some E85, and I think one of these fittings are leaking back here. I think it's this one. We took that carburetor apart. It sat with the E85 in it all winter. Didn't touch the carburetor. Didn't hurt it at all. But these seals that they use right in the fitting in here, and then the seals, like this one was leaking up against the regulator, that rubber seal. It ate through that one, and then I replaced both of these, but this one's still leaking for some reason. But they like to leak right here after they sit with the 85, it seems. But the carburetor sat with the 85 in it all winter, and it didn't even, you wouldn't even tell. Christopher took it apart. We put bigger jets in it, and yeah, everything was good there. So I had to fix that leak, get some gas, and then we're going to start it up, warm it up, pull it outside, and then we'll test the bump. And just on the brake, I want to see how much boost it's going to make per how much pressure we're putting on top of the wastegate. So I'm going to guesstimate 10 psi on top of the wastegate will probably give us 5 to 7 pounds of boost. I'm not sure, but we're going to test it on the brake. And I would think that, because on the brake you're only, I think Chris has it set at 3600. I don't think it's going to make as much on the brake per pressure on the wastegate versus going down the track. So I'm going to keep that in mind too, because I'm not going to turn it all the way up. I'm just going to go over there and make sure everything works. Maybe I'll run 8-9 pounds of boost, but I'll leave Chris for the big pounds of boost. I might even bracket race it in the modified class on the trans brake. But I guess Chris is going to order some dual needle and seat fuel bowls, because that's the only thing holding us back from turning this thing all the way up. And he'll order those. We'll get those plumbed in, and this thing should make, we got enough pump, we got enough turbo, and then them fuel bowls, it should make 1,000 wheel horsepower. It should, I would think. And we should be able to run in the mid to low fives, I would think. That's just guessing, but we'll see how all that pans out. But I'll get all this on, and we'll set the I'll probably set the trans brake at 8 psi on the wastegate and get it up on the two-step and see see what it reads. But let's get this front end on and get this fuel leak fixed first. Hopefully, because I don't have any more of them fittings, we'll see where it's leaking from. Oh, and our catch can was all gummed up because our head bolt studs were still leaking. But we used something different this time on the head studs. Hopefully that'll fix it, because we're getting water in the oil bad. But if y'all watched the rebuild video, the refresh rebuild video, you saw what we used. Hopefully that'll keep them head studs from leaking, but we'll see. All right, I got the front end back on. Will's come over. He's going to Richmond anyway, so he's going to get some E85 for me. But you guys invest in some of these right here. They go in between there where your fitting bolts on at, and they stop leaks. I thought it was leaking at the seal part down here, but it wasn't. It was leaking up here. All right, the leak is fixed. And I put these paper towels down here, clean paper towels. You see a lot easier when it drips. But yeah, just right in here, these things right here, they're awesome, dude. I'm going to have to buy some more of these. I like to keep a few extras just in case. But yeah, no more leaks. Front end's on. Now we just need to warm it up, pull it out, and test it. I'm going to wait till about 12 o'clock so I don't piss the neighbors off. Alright, got the catch cam back on. Got a lot of going on over here, so I'll wire loom this one. These two. That one's clear, it ain't gonna hit nothing. Alright. Zip tie that up so it don't hit the tire. Over to that one. And this one comes up. Plenty of room there. Up and around and over there. Well, only thing left to do is get it up to temp, top off the water, and do some testing. Alright, got the air tank all filled up. That should say 150. It's more around 160. That should say 60. And it does. Now we're going to do some settings on this. Launch PSI. We'll do 5. One stage. And then 0 time on the stage. On the first stage is when you release the button. It's not going to come in until this time expires. And I guess it's the same for the rest of these, but we're just using one stage. And let's put this on. Oops, wrong way. Let's go with 8 on this. Whoops, too far. Alright. And then, whoops, wrong button. And then we'll force 12 if we want to hit the scramble. And then we'll put the bump at 20. And we'll put, you can set this to how many times it bumps per you hit the button. So we just want it to bump 1 time. Alright, there we go. Let's see how it starts up. 1, 2 pumps. Let it run a little bit. Just a little, but not much. But yeah. We're having a problem with the flex plate hitting the starter though. Sometimes you'll hear it hit, sometimes you won't. Top the water off. The fan's already kicked on, running really full. Alright, let's see what it builds on the trans brake. Holy cow, it's building more than the gate pressure. It went up to 8. I have to have 2 hands, but I'm not going to hit the 2-step, which Chris has that at like 3,600. I think I'm going to turn it down to 32, but I'm not going to put it all the way on the 2-step. I'm just going to give it a little gas and hit the bump and make sure that works. I think I got the carburetor where it wants to be. I just need to do some idle adjustments. That was it. Start right up, we'll go. Fine with me. So I went ahead and lowered the launch RPM and launch RPM, launch gate PSI, and the overall gate PSI about 3 pounds, because it's actually making more than what we're putting to the wastegate, which makes sense because we used the 5-pound spring. So, you know, if you put 10 pounds on the wastegate plus 5, I don't know, is that 15, 13? So I would think 10 would, well, I had it at 5, so plus 3, it made 8. It's making about 3 more. I don't know. Anyway, I turned it down about 3 pounds because I'm not going to full send it. I'll let Chris do that. I turned it down 3 pounds on the launch and on the overall gate pressure, and then I'm all over the 2-step to 3,200. I just want to make sure everything works for Chris. That's really all I'm doing tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to go race it and see what it does. Y'all tune in and see you at the track tomorrow. Oh yeah, got to check the air pressure, tighten alternator belt. And I did wind up at 20 bump. The car didn't even move. So I did put it at 0.050, I think it is. And it moved pretty good then. So I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, tighten up the alternator, put air in the tires. Then we'll go to the track tomorrow.